Thank you, Joy Behar. Thank you so much. In your moment of virtue signaling, you just proved our point.
Most AR-15 owners are former military, 35 plus and married. So that's all I'm saying is that they're not just crazy people.
Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in this country, the gun laws will change. Trust me.
All of this stuff, people keep talking about this gun control. The View, one of the dumbest, just most ignorant shows, and it has nothing to do with them being women or none of this crap. It's an ignorant show. Once again, like I said, when I talked about, old girl at the root being a bad, and a lot of these mainstream publications just being a bad representation of, a specific group, like black people or something. The View is a terrible representation of women. I'm pretty sure you can find all type of examples of terrible representations of this group, men, whatever the fuck it may be. The View is a terrible representation of women. It's aimed to be a women's talk show for them to have real conversations, but they have some of the most ignorant takes, man. Usually it's Joy Behar, and it's not to say some of the conservative ones have, but usually it's the liberal folks that continue to have these stupid discussions. People who and don't get it twisted. Like I said, a lot of the people who are representing that side of the political spectrum, they're ignorant, and a lot of, the ones who are speaking clearly and speaking, intelligently about certain things, they're getting the spotlight, through independent ways, like maybe like YouTube or stuff, but they're even attacked. They may be Democratic, they may be progressive, but they're attacked by the establishment, quote unquote, liberals and progressives. Perfect example is Jimmy Dore. There's a lot of the takes that Jimmy Dore takes. Not his takes. I agree with his takes. A lot of his stances, political stances, I don't agree with. But he's one of my go-to guys on who I watch. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to news and reporting the news in an accurate and truthful manner. And so it's not about, ideology or anything like that. We don't have to agree on ideologies, but when you're coming from an honest place, being intellectually honest, man, I respect that, and I'll always you'll have my 100% backing. But that's not what you get from The View. That's not what you get from The View. And your Joy Behar, or the worst of them, Sunny Hostin. But let's look at what she said right here. It's saying, and old girl who was speaking, to the sister who was pro guns. I don't know her name, but the one who sees pro guns and all, she made a perfect point, man. It's exactly what I said. You want to eliminate threats. Saying threats is the easiest way possible. You don't want to be limited on ammunition and rounds, and you got multiple intruders and stuff like that. And because y'all want to virtue signal or try to be the moral authority, and you leave innocent people in a compromised position, man, because that's all you're going to end up doing. Now, one thing I've continuously said is, because you have this stuff, like I said, these mass shootings usually happen out in the suburbs and stuff like that. It's not to say that it can't happen in the hood or black neighborhoods, but we typically don't do shit like that. Now, I had somebody in the comment section, told me that, some of the mass shootings, some of the previous mass shootings were black guys. And I've seen some of those, man, but the fact still remains that, 9 times out of 10, a black dude, it's going to happen. 9 times out of 10, a black dude's not going to do no shit like that. Now, don't see me being racist or trying to come at white people or anything like that. I keep it real. I go off, saying just, the statistics and, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the statistics may not be on my side. Let me stop lying. But the eye test on that, you know what I'm saying? I have not viewed the statistics on mass shooters or anything like that when it comes to situations that I speak of. Now, I do know that black people are the majority of mass shooters in America. They're the majority of it. But like I said in the previous video, most of them that are, you know what I'm saying, are targeted. You know what I'm saying? It's targeted for a specific reason. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got punched, you know, stuff like that. It's usually for a reason, and there's usually a warning. You know, you see a fight break out. It doesn't condone what they're doing. But you see some fight break out, and then motherfucker whip out his pistol and start spraying everybody, and innocent people get hurt. So it doesn't make them any better than the one who just walks into a school random because he had a bad day or life's been fucked up. I'm not even gonna do that because a lot of them do get, you know, teased, bullied, a lot of stuff like that. But, you know, just walking into a random school of kids and, you know, just go start mowing down them, you know, you don't see black folks do that, man. But, you know, what I've always said, you know, there's a lot of guns, man. There's a lot of guns in the hood, man. Everybody's got guns. Everybody's got guns. And you look into all of these major cities, all of the major cities and in the inner cities, man, and they have all these strong gun laws, right? And still, the guns continue to get inside. Now we'll address that. I'm gonna address that because that's mainly addressing something that Amazing Lucas said on his channel. But let's address Joy Behar. She made the claim that once black people get guns, that'll be then that's when gun control will be implemented. Well, she's partially right about that because in these cities, that's what it took. When black people started getting guns, and yes, like they stated in the hymn, like with Sonny Hostin and all of them, they did that with the Black Panthers. They started implementing gun control, right? When black people acquire guns. A lot of it, you know, a lot of the later ones was, you know, like the assault weapons ban was, you know, a response to all of the crime, and they trying to, you know, the crime bill and all of that stuff. They tried to implement those certain things. But, you know, stuff like with the Black Panthers and when they marched into the Capitol, shoot, man, it came after that. But what she's saying in her effort to try to make this point, to try to, you know what I'm saying, make it a black people type of thing. It's like, are you for gun control or not? Because now you're implying that they would only implement it now under a racist reaction. So that would mean even more reason for black people to have the guns, because now you're confirming a racist system. So why would you want to implement gun control, and why would you want to make it harder for them to have these guns to protect themselves from this racist system, right? So you just made the case right there. And there's all types of, because what are you talking about? Federally? On the, you know, a lot of the gun control laws are implemented through the state, which is still unconstitutional, but it's even, you know, it's double unconstitutional if it's done federally, because, you know, that's the 10th Amendment. Stuff is supposed to be enumerated to the states. That's the, you know, you can't have the federal government stepping in, you know what I'm saying, and overruling what the state wants. So, you know, it'd be double unconstitutional, but you know, not only that, you know, like I said, it's just, what point are you making? I mean, are you assuming, because these are the people that you attack all the time, are you assuming that the people who are on the right, then they're going to all of a sudden say, when black people get guns in their hands, then that's when they're going to be on board with the left wing or Democrats or whatnot? That just shows how out of touch you are, because many of them know this already. What they want to do is be able to defend themselves from, you know what I'm saying, for anything that goes on, just in case, but they don't want to outlaw guns. Now, there may be some that do have that standpoint, but for the most part, when you talk to them, when you see them out there saying that it's unconstitutional, then they're talking about everybody. They're talking about everybody shall not be infringed. So just don't come to that. You don't come to that spot, and they know that they outnumber us by a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shit, they know that they outnumber us by a lot, man. They got a lot of guns and shit like that. They just want to be able to protect themselves. If that's the case, if they're racist and they don't want black people to have guns and stuff like that, but you don't hear that being said. At least I haven't heard that. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some hypocrites somewhere online, but is that what you're implying? You're implying that the right is, you know what I'm saying, that they're the ones who are only going to say something and step up once this happens. But they know this. They know that there's an influx of guns because they bring it up. The politicians and everything, they bring it up continuously, how there's an influx in these inner cities and everybody has guns. Everybody has guns. But where the fuck so they understand this, but y'all don't? Y'all don't? Because it's a true statement. See, you know, ask anybody who comes from that environment. We know this shit, man. Everybody's got it. In Kansas City, everybody's got pistols, whether it's illegal or not. They still gonna get a hold of one, and everybody's got one because they want to be able to protect themselves. They don't want to get caught naked out here because Cass they doing the fool, man. And all this does, man, is punish people who just want to defend themselves. It punishes the people who, you know, want to roll with what the law says. You want to make it harder for them, or you want to make background checks and have 30 days, 7 days, however many days. They should be able to get their pistol in the event of a threat. If they're not able to do that, and then like I said, not everybody has the money to move around on a free whim and stuff like that. So what they supposed to do, hide out or stuff like that? What are you supposing that they do in this situation? You're leaving them to be sitting ducks. And they go in and get everybody slaughtered. Because folks out there, man, this murder rate is crazy, man. It's not just them. It could be not just them. You don't be in gang activity and stuff like that. It's not just them. They could have somebody, a cousin, somebody that's affiliated, whatnot, who is involved with something. And cats out here is going and getting mamas. They're getting everybody who's affiliated. And so, person that has nothing to do with it. Sorry about that, but yeah, person who has nothing to do with the situation, they could become a target, man. And so you're going to make it hard for them to defend themselves. And what if they got something, a felony from when they were younger or whenever, man, and they trying to change their lives? You're going to punish them forever because of that? So it's just flawed logic. But like I said, she made the point for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, until black people will get guns, because like I said, evidently they don't have it. And I may be self-snitching because, you know, nobody knows this, right? Man, everybody got guns, man. White folks, black folks, man, Hispanics, everybody got guns here in America. It's not just what they try to portray was what the white people who are out there hunting deer, what they try to, the white Republicans. Man, everybody got guns. Everybody's trying to protect themselves out here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what she's trying to portray with them. And in that event, man, she just made the case for her. She made the case against gun control, that they're only going to react once black people get it. But they already have it. Everybody knows this shit, but you and the rest of your liberal friends. I don't know. But everybody has it. So, you know, and if in the event that is their triggering point, then you just prove that this is a racist system, and you've made the case for the Second Amendment, why people need their guns, man. They want people, man, they want to create, all they're going to end up doing is creating criminals, and you want to, like I said, they want to just make it handguns. But I've even heard them talking about the handgun ban. But even in the event that they don't do that, and, you know, talking about AR-15s, like I said, you want to be able to eliminate any competition, any opposition, any threat in the easiest, most efficient way possible, man. But, you know, a lot of people own all type of stuff. And what you gonna end up doing? Everybody want to talk about the prison system and all of this stuff, man. And you just gonna make more criminals, man. You just gonna create more criminals, and then what are you gonna say? It's just a never ending thing with these folks, man. But it's like, and this is for Amazing Lucas. Now I do like Amazing Lucas. He's a lot more. I know he takes a lot of shit from his. He's on the right. He's on the right conservative side, but he's been calling them out lately. So he takes a lot of shit, man. But he brings up outstanding points. He's even brought up some, even with this, man, he comes from a logical point, but, he's missing that point. He don't come from what I know, he don't come from that environment. So, saying he's not, not seeing all that. Because I heard him made the case saying, talking about, to protect themselves. And I heard him saying a few things. I talking about gun control. There needs to be gun control. There's no government that's going to come get you, saying it's nonsense and all of this stuff, and saying he said a whole bunch of stuff, man. Look, listen here. It's all in the event that ever happens. We see what's happening all around the world. We see what's happened here in the past here. If you're just speaking from a black perspective, just seeing what's happened here. And not only that, like I said, you got to have the ability, saying that, no, this is what he said. Okay, let me get it right. So I got it right about him talking about, all the government going up against you. It's a whole bunch of nonsense, fairy tale nonsense. And you didn't do nothing during the pandemic. Hey, I brought that up myself. That wasn't nothing done when they crossed the line and shit like that. But still, that doesn't take away the fact that a person is a human, their personal right to protect themselves. And the state shouldn't have a monopoly on that. But he also said that, saying that criminals aren't, the criminals and people are still going to get illegal guns. And that's basically implying that's an outlier. Like I said, Lucas doesn't come from these neighborhoods, man. So he's not, he ain't up on this type of stuff, man. You see, he came up more right wing, on the right wing side. You saw a lot of his content that, he had before. So, it just gives you an idea, he don't come from, he don't come from that. He doesn't come from that, man. So it's he's not going to understand or really put it into perspective. Or maybe it's just something that he might have missed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might know that, but he might have missed, or, but he can believe whatever he wants to believe. He can still believe in gun control. You know what I'm saying? That's just something just to say that, that's going to be an outlier. And that's, like I said, that's you stretching, making a stretch. Nah, everybody's got guns, man. All the criminals, man, all the, the thug niggas, they all got pistols, man. They got all type of stuff, man. They got all type of stuff. I'm not even going to go into depth. Come on, man. We talking about from first-hand knowledge, man. They got all type of stuff. Not only, think about how long they've been talking about guns being dropped off in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. See, what the problem is motherfuckers picking up them guns. We turning them on each other. We're going to rob folks. The problem is the mindset. But shit, some guns to be able to protect yourself, shit, that should be a plus, right? But like I said, they're not getting into the right hands. But, the government, man, they do stuff like that. They do stuff like that to put them in the wrong hands, and people who they know who are going to do some crazy shit. They want to instigate war. They pump drugs into the hood like they've been doing. Like I said, and you just saw, like I said, back in 2020, you had that boat, the JP Morgan boat with all the tons of cocaine on it. So, hey, man, it's just the reality, man. It may not be like that. You're talking about criminals are an outlier. It may not be that like that out in the suburbs and stuff like that. But in the hood, everybody got some smoke, man. Everybody got something, man, to protect themselves. And the ones who don't, man, they sitting ducks. They food, man. They a target. And that's, the cats who in that life, we tend to target people like that, especially, man, if we know you ain't got something. Shoot, you an easy damn target, man. We gonna go in there, man. We gonna go at you. We target certain people because they may be a easier lick. It's coming from personal experience, right? Personal experience, and God forgive me for my past, but we target certain people who we may think may be an easier lick, man. So this is just something to, keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. But, but I fucks with him. He may not like what I gotta say. Who know, even if he sees this. I'm small, he may not even reach his radar. He's a bigger time dude, but I fucks with him, but I disagree with his stance on this. But Joy Behar is a complete, those they're nutsos on The View. But like I said, she made the case for us, so it is what it is. And one more thing, like I said, y'all gonna create criminals, and how are they gonna confiscate their guns? See, y'all always avoid this question when it's asked to you. Who you think it's gonna be? The corporations that do the confiscation? What's up? Nah, it's gonna be the police, and it's gonna be through force if we don't comply. It's gonna be comply or die, huh? So I thought y'all were against that. But, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will holler at y'all later.